Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Revealing Experience Taize service. The fifth Wednesday of each month, we take the time to be in the silence, enjoy the music that helps to deepen us and ground us in the truth of who we are, and to also hear inspirational readings that assist us in knowing that right where we are, God is. So it is to this service that I welcome you to. It is to the awakening of the I Am presence that is within you that you're invited to explore this evening. So along with me, I have Karen and Jan, who will be doing readings tonight. And our musical inspirations tonight are Jim Bianchi, Wendy Barnes, and Sunny Daye. So I invite you to just simply release anything that it took to get here. If you've been waiting around, welcome. If you just got here, you are right on time. This year we've been reading from the Science of Mind book. We're getting all booked up, meaning we're learning the words of Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind. And so the readings tonight are taken right from our readings for today. Some of them may be in our own words, and some of them are taken directly out of the book. But I invite you to simply allow yourself the freedom to simply be in the silence, or to sing, or to be in contemplative thought. However it is that you want to use our time together, you have the freedom to be. So let's take a collective breath. In the words of Ernest Holmes, he says, the law can know no conditions. It knows form, but not size. Outline is real, but limitation is unreal to mind. In the absolute, nothing depends on anything but ideas. Ideas are form. Ideas are condition. Ideas are circumstance. Ideas are cause and effect. And everything happens between cause and effect. It is the thing itself, if we know that it is. And so a word of prayer, simply anchoring us into this space and this time, dedicating our space and our time to the knowing of truth, that right where we are, God is. Our life is God, period. We allow that to be, and we let those words be with us.
Precious, this love. This love
So sacred, so sacred, so secret, so secret, so precious. This love I will share, I will share, I will share, I will share, I will share.
And from our reading tonight, page 403, number 2, I invite you to just for a moment take these words. The law of mind is not selective. That is, it is receptive without caring what it receives. As we take a minute and give more thought to this, it becomes clear that in this case, there is nothing to select. The law, it knows nothing other than itself. The law is the law. It is perfect in its creation. Abundance, health, peace, beauty, love. It may seem that we may benefit by changing our thinking from what we may have been taught prior to today. We have thought that we need to script our life, outline our vision, mock up our dreams to get what we want. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, however, seems to suggest something different. He suggests we seek to be receptive to the perfection of the non-selective law.
Yes.
I'd like to repeat that just one more time. We seek to be receptive to the perfection of the non-selective law, not to the circumstances that we sometimes see with our external eyes or hear with our external ears. Yes, the evidence out there can be very clear. Ernest goes on to say in the Science of Mind text, it is creative without caring what it creates. Again, for Ernest knew what each and every one of us knows as practitioners, that it creates from itself perfection. From the personal writings of Ernest Holmes, he reminds us that we see spirit, cannot make the gifts unless you accept it. When we see those gifts, we are able to receive them. Life may be giving everything to you, but only when we accept it is it ours to use. Oh, and he continues one more time. Selectivity is the office of the conscious mind, while creativeness is the office of the inner mind. This is why he highly suggests that we must realize that spirit itself is more than any or all of laws as we understand them. So are we receptive to the perfection of that non-selective mind? For there is nothing to select. It is already there. I invite you to take a thought into this quiet time. To what level are you receptive to the perfection of the non-selective law?
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I'm here
So this morning, as I was reading page 402, these words were in front of me. Limitation is the result of an ignorant use of the law. The real law is one of freedom. We can be bound either way. We can be bound either way, limit or freedom. If I am choosing to ignore that the law will create as I believe, that is what comes forth. I can quit ignoring this real law and shift my thinking patterns. The choice is mine, and the shift happens about anything, anytime. I can freely experience from lack or be free to experience unbound happy. The choice is mine. So right now, I choose freedom. You see, I have these knees that are experiencing a pattern of limit, pain, inflammation, anger that they don't work right, regret for not being disciplined enough to keep them from happening, being mad at my body, pain relievers that don't work, shots that don't work, giving up things I love because they hurt too much. What choice do I have? My knees are already broken, right? Right? And then suddenly I am clear. Nothing is ever broken. Nothing is ever broken. I am bound by my limited thinking. I am ignoring the real law. I do have a choice. I can move into the infinite bounty of God's endless creation and support for my life. I can choose freedom. And so right now, today, this is what the appearance of freedom is for me. Doctors, surgeons, nurses, hospitals, physical therapists, medical equipment, ceramic knee replacement parts, 2 surgeries, months of rehab, PT, walking through doubt and fear, experiencing a healing pain to get better, not driving for a long time, and depending on others to help me. And so from all of that which does today appear comes the unbounded freedom, because I receive this. Bionic knees, to stand and sit pain-free, climb stairs, walk the beach, ride my bike, swim, travel and play with Ken, wear my fancy shoes, play with my friends, play with my grandkids, and dance and sing in my favorite place to my favorite music, and soar through my life as intended. My life is the life of God. I choose freedom.
that freedom washing all over you. The joy.
Wash over us. We let it be. Joy, joy. We let the joy wash over us.
Let the light wash over any part of your body right now. See it being healed. Feel it. neighbor and say that to your neighbor.
We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the light. We let the light wash over.
Wash over you. Feel it washing all through you.
We let it be.
And so, as we just visualize the love, the joy, the peace, the light, the freedom washing over us, we know that we're cleansed. We know that we're made brand new by the renewing of our mind, by the renewing of our soul, by becoming aware of the truth of who we are, right where we are. Love intelligence is. Right where we are, divine perfection is. Right where we are, joy and peace and abundance is. Right where we are, health and wholeness is already ours. It is who we are. And so we accept this more and more so that we might radiate from this place, that we might shine from this place, that we might live from this place of wholeness, of joy, of peace, of abundance, of wisdom and divine creativity and beauty, and that we might live our magnificence because our life is life itself. Just let that be. We let our light shine. We let our joy shine. We let our peace shine. Let our abundance shine forth. We let our light and our life shine. We are awakened now to a degree that we have not been awakened before. We allow ourselves to live from this place. This is our new starting point. This is now our default place. And from here, it continues to expand and grow as we become more and more enlightened, more and more awake to the truth of who we are. Oh, we have a big life, y'all. This is just the beginning. So it is with a grateful heart that we now recognize that we have indeed received, and that we have made an investment in our consciousness, in our spiritual growth and awareness. And so now, too, we make an investment in our spiritual community. The invitation is to simply now, consciously, sacredly, to bring forth your gifts, your tithes, your offerings, that which you have brought to share with this spiritual community, knowing that you're making an investment, that you are supporting what so richly blesses us, what so richly enhances our life. We're supporting the place that continuously reminds us of the truth of who we are. And so joyously, we give. And we give from that place of gratitude. We give from that place of abundance. We give from that place that says there is enough, and I have received so much that I want to share now my gifts with this spiritual community. I want to invest so that we're here for others to know their truth. And the invitation is to take your gifts, your tithes, your offerings, as we invite the ushers to come forth. And we bless that gift that we brought to share. We hold it over our heart space, knowing that indeed we cannot ever outgive the givingness of God, the givingness of life. That as we continuously count and enumerate and count all our gifts, all the things that we're grateful for, that this is simply just a token, a representation of all that we've been given, that we can never outgive life. That life is always giving to us more than what we give. But we give what we give joyously. And we bless it now from that place of a thankful heart, knowing that that which we give multiplies. It is pressed down, that it continues to run over and run over and run forth, and our cup runneth over and over and over. Because we are brave enough to give. So ushers, thank you so much for your service. Beloved community, thank you so much for your gifts. Thank you so much for your investment. And we give sacredly. So as we give in the sacred silence, go forth, ushers, and let us do our life-affirming chant. Our life-affirming chant is, I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. Together we say, I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred. I hear the sacred. I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. All life is sacred. All life is sacred. All life is sacred. Your life is sacred. It's all sacred. It's very sacred. Your life is sacred. It's sacred, Lord. It's sacred. It's sacred. Our practitioners are available after service in the chapel to know the truth for you. How grateful I am to Ed Cox, who's been radiating visual, radiating the light in the back, prayerfully knowing the truth about this service and about each and every one of us. How grateful I am for Ed Reeves, who's been taking care of us with the sound and audio aspect of this service. And to Tim Griffin, who's been making it possible for those at home to be here with us in this sacred space today. And how grateful I am for Jan Hartman and Karen, who have said yes. Yes to life, yes to love, yes to service, and have brought forth their gift and their joy by being present and doing our sacred readings today. And oh, how sacred are the lives of our musicians. Grateful are we for Jim Bianchi, for Wendy Barnes, and for Sunny Daye, who have so lovingly brought forth their gift of music in such a sacred and holy way. And how sacred is the life of Mellow Daye, who even barked or visited with you during meditation, that you might recognize how sacred your life is by that simple visit, that simple pet, that simple touch, her recognizing your life. And how grateful I am for you, for being so willing to stop, to be still, and to go deep within, to recognize how sacred your life is and how sacred this community is. I give thanks for the sacred life of Jenny, who's coordinated all of this and created this beautiful altar. So we give thanks for our time together in our Taize service. We give thanks for one another, for the spiritual community that has said yes to knowing that right in your seat is the great life that is God, expressing beautifully and magnificently as you. There is no other than this one power, this one presence, this one life. And it is expressing beautifully and magnificently, individually, meaning undivided from the whole, as you, uniquely as you. You are the unique and beautiful and magnificent way that life, aka God, is showing up on this planet. So for this, I give thanks. And we allow it to be, blessing our time together and naming it good. So the invitation is to rise, and be with us as we sing out with a joyful heart If you don't know this song, you will in a moment, because it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. 'Cause scripture told me, yeah, that I had to be good. But now I love 'cause I want to. Hey, I love because I am free.
Come on here.
Blinded by the Spirit. Oh yeah, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes it is.
Sing it. The Spirit of God is upon me. Feel it.
Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, feel the Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Oh, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh. Put your hands together, y'all.
Let me see
feel
your
the
best
Spirit?
groove. Let me see your best groove. Come on. Let me see how you
Yeah.
feel, God. You can poke your lips out. Go ahead.
I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Oh, I thought that loving God, oh, it was gonna be hard. But loving God is a wonderful. Loving God has made me free. Thank God for my freedom. Oh yes, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes it is. Yeah. Oh, hey, hey, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Oh, hey, hey, yeah, the Spirit of God is upon me. I feel it. I feel it. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. The Spirit of God is upon me. Every day, yeah. Every day. The Spirit of God is upon me. Did you feel the Spirit? Hey, hey, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's upon me. Oh. The Spirit of God is upon me. Yeah, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. Did you feel the Spirit? Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Did you feel it? The Spirit of God is upon me. Did you feel it? I know you feel it. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Oh, it's upon me. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Hey, hey. The Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Hey, hey, hey. Spirit of God is upon me. It's upon me. Let me just hear y'all. Let me just hear y'all. Spirit of God is upon me. Oh yeah. Spirit of God is upon me. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, beautiful.
Good job.
Yeah, we stretched.